Hey guys, Carlos here with Daytrading, and today we had a very nice gap down from the market, over 1.5% this morning on the SPY. So a lot of things are happening when you kind of get that gap down. Our gappers list this morning was huge. Obviously, a lot of red in the screen from stocks that were also following what the SPY was doing. 1.5% this morning is quite a bit when the market has been rallying pretty nice. Early December was the last time we had a gap down like this, and the market did rally nicely after that. Now, it's a lot of stuff going on with in the news in regards to the coronavirus. These things could affect the way the market plays out and how the SPY does tomorrow and for the rest of the coming days this week. So how can you trade a gap down like we had today? One of the things that we looked for this morning was stocks that were actually gapping up opposite of the market. These stocks are obviously in play on their own and doing their own catalyst. So those are the ones you really want to focus in and see what news is so strong that's causing those stocks to gap up. The next thing we looked at was stocks that we normally trade that get very good volume, that trade very clean with some good volatility. So like a MU, AMD, Nvidia, Apple. These are stocks that we're always looking at, always have great volume and great volatility, which we can trade very well. Today, LK was a great stock to watch. This stock has been strong. It did sell off on Friday, but overall it has been very strong over the last couple of days. So you might find stocks that are doing very well, performing very well over the last couple of days. And then today they might just have an overreaction to the news and drop down at the open of the market. And some of these stocks eventually can rally back up and try to close that gap. We did have a really nice trade on LK, put in a nice squeeze, squeezing people that were probably short bias out of their position. So I'll show you what that trade looks like coming up in this recap. So let's take a look at LK. LK this morning was really nice. Again, a lot of stocks gapping down. This one's gapping down quite a bit as well. As you can see here, just a lot of red from the market selling off. So what we liked about LK, had great volume. It's a stock that's been trading, aside from that, very clean and very well. A lot of us have been able to trade it and catch some really good moves out of LK. This morning we had a beautiful opening range breakup on the 5-minute. Here's our 5-minute chart. That's a beautiful opening range breakup. And then you get, and what's best about the actual 5-minute candle is that the next candle gives you a beautiful pullback down to this moving average. That's an amazing pullback. And you can see the stock opens up here, sells down nicely, and then sells right back up. And this is a very strong indication that the buyers are stepping in. That's what I like to look for on these type of 5-minute opening range breakups. Now I missed this beautiful entry. Let me show you the 1 minute. The 1 minute here, you can see here how beautiful this thing pulls down to this moving average. This is your 5-minute candle. This would have been the entry. The entry should have been in this area here. I missed it, unfortunately, so I got in a little bit late on this area. You can see I went in here, took out some profits the minute we got into a good situation. From here, it came back down to test the 9 moving average. Now, if you know, one of my rules is to always stop out at break even. But this stock just seems so strong, and I know that my entry was a bit off. I would have had a better entry in here, so I wanted to hold off just a little bit to see if it was going to hold this 9 moving average. Okay. So that was my signal. I wanted to see if it was going to hold the 9. When it loses the 9, then I was going to bail out of it. So here, every time it came below the 9, it was being bought back up. This made me stay in the trade. After that, you got a nice little pop towards the high of the day. Once we broke the high of the day, I took some off. I'm going to put this is actually a limit order here. Put a limit order here, took some off there. Then here started to get pretty toppy. Again, this is a very nice run already. I was concerned that it might come down, test the 9 or break the 9 and head down to the 20. So I just took another partial off here. Luckily, this thing did hold the 9. So eventually here we took some more off in this area. And then I put another limit order to get over here at 39. Now we are very extended. We are hitting a level that we had off our daily chart. At this point, it tried to break out again. It couldn't. I took some off here once it broke the 9. So what I did here, I had about 279 shares left. So what I did was I took off 179 and left 100 just to see if we're going to go back down to the 20, test the 20, and then try to go for this high of the day again. Sometimes we see these stocks, they'll break the 9, and after they have been so extended on such a strong move, they might break the 9, come down to the 20, test the 20, and then head back up. The minute it broke the 20, it was just not looking good. I just took everything out of this trade. But again, this was a very good trade. It ran very nicely, and a lot of members took this trade, including Andrew. I'll show you a screenshot of that here. He took this trade also off an ABCD pattern. I took it off a opening range breakup on the 5. Hope you guys had an amazing day. Let's see what the market does in these coming days. It's going to be interesting to see what the SPY is going to do and how it's going to react tomorrow after gapping down today 1.5. So again, we had a nice gap down on the daily here on the SPY. It'll be interesting to see how we're going to open up tomorrow and what kind of action we're going to get for the rest of the week. Take care, guys. I'll see you tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern time for the pre-market prep.